Well, it is 1:42 on October 17th, and today I'm going whitetail hunting. And the mission for tonight is to probably shoot a doe. I'm going to that same stand from last whitetail video that I had that doe and fawn hang up right below me during the evening. So I'm hoping that same thing happens today. It's a little windier, so I'm hoping my wind is less swirly. In addition to that, it's creating some more noise, so I'm gonna try and sneak in a little bit closer to where they're bedding. It's pretty hard there because if you make any noise at all, you're like 90 yards away from where they're bedding, so gotta be very stealthy, but gonna see if I can't get it done without creating too much of a ruckus. I'm gonna pack up right now. I'm in the parking lot, and I'm gonna start making my way in there. Well, I made it in here very quietly. Didn't hear anything get up and spook, which is very good. I think I'm in a pretty good spot for tonight. There's a lot of trails going right under me that go out to this main piece. And if you watch my last video, I'm pretty much right where that doe and fawn walked out. I also saw a couple other deer that were moving around back here. And I have a better view now, so I think this should be a decent sit where I can see some stuff. a can bleed at them just to like see what happened. But they're going down into their feeding area. I saw one like way to my side that was kind of acting like she had my scent for a second. And then I turned and in these pine thickets I saw another one, like a big doe. I can still hear him moving around. I think that was that same group of deer, or at least a couple of them were the same deer that I saw last time. So I like the fact that they're kind of hanging around in here. Still got a good amount of time left, so not gonna rule out more deer coming through, but if I was in my tree I was in last time, I would have shot one of those things like 100%. But you know, that's deer hunting. I'm still not even 100% sure if I want to take a doe out of here, so I don't mind too much. I'm gonna sit here and wait it out for the rest of the evening though. We'll see what happens. Well, nothing else for tonight. Seems like for now it's just those 3 does, maybe like a couple more sitting in that bedding area. I spooked a couple on my way back. It was pretty far from that bedding area, so I'm not sure if it's a different group of does that I know that's in here or if it was that group of does. But as always, just happy to see some deer. I don't really want to shoot any does back there. I told myself I wouldn't shoot one unless one came by and gave me like a 10-yard chip shot that I couldn't miss at all. But I do kind of want to save that spot for the rut. I've seen some pretty good bucks back there just cruising that bedding area, so I don't want to disturb it too much. I've only sat there twice since the season's been open, so maybe I'll try and find a different spot in this zone where I can fill my doe tags. But tomorrow morning, waking up early, gonna get to a new spot that I've never sat before. I did some scouting there, but I've never actually hunted it. I spooked a few deer while I was scouting it, so I think it should be pretty good. I saw some scrapes, some rubs, they were all fresh, so I'm hopeful for that spot. I'm gonna go there in the morning. It's gonna be like 38 degrees, so it should be a pretty good sit. But over there, if I have a shot at a doe, I'll probably take it just because I have no idea what's in there. I'm pretty sure what's been making the sign I found is this little 6-pointer, which I wouldn't take anyway. So I don't know. I'll probably take a doe if I get a good shot, but I will see you folks bright and early. Well, I'm in my morning spot. I got up here pretty early and one deer ran by me with a coyote chasing it. And that coyote started like howling right next to me. It's kind of crazy. Deer was probably like 20 yards away from me. It was still before shooting light, like well before shooting light. And that coyote walked under me at like 10 yards, probably right before shooting light. I know there's one other dude in here that's like not really that far away from me. He got in here around like either shooting light or right after it. And then he started rattling. I feel like he's probably like 100 yards away from me. I didn't even know he was here, but I think it should be a pretty good sit. There's a lot of sign in the first part of this area, so I feel pretty good about it. Just gotta wait and see. Well, it is just after sunrise. Today is October the 23rd, and I am back in one of the first spots where I saw those 3 does in the morning. The woods is loud right now. There's a lot of squirrels and birds just like rustling around. Maybe it's a good sign that everything's moving. Maybe it means the deer will be moving too, but you never really know. I got in here pretty quiet, didn't spook anything, and I like the tree I'm in. I'm right on the path that all those does took. So I'm probably gonna sit here till 10:30, and then I might go grab my shotgun and do some pheasant hunting. We will see. But right now, we wait for some deer. Well, it is 10 o'clock right now. I have seen 2 coyotes and 1 fox and a whopping 0 deer. So I'm going to take that as my sign to get down from my tree, go eat some lunch or something, and then I'm not sure what I'm going to do later. I don't know if I'm going to pheasant hunt. I don't know if I'm going to deer hunt. I do have a pretty decent evening spot I could go sit, but I'm gonna have to think on that. We will see. But I don't think any deer are gonna be coming through here this morning, so I'm gonna pack all my stuff up and reset. It is almost 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and I decided to do some deer hunting. I'm going into a spot completely blind right now. Gonna do a little walk-in, hang and hunt, scout my way in here, see if I can find some fresh sign. This is a big chunk of woods that butts right up to a swamp, so I think it's gonna be a pretty good cover for them, but literally I've never seen this spot before. So yeah, this should be interesting. Well, I am in a completely random spot right now. I'm up on top of this little oak ridge that drops down into some pine trees that then transitions into a swamp. The habitat looks very good here, but it doesn't seem like there's a ton of deer signs, so I'm curious to see what might pop out of this swamp, if anything at all. I have no clue, but I thought I'm already back in here in a spot that looks decent. I might as well give it an evening, see if it's worth coming back or not. I don't know. I only saw some old rubs, nothing fresh. There's acorns dropping around, which I like, but we will see. Not very much for sign here. Well, as you could probably tell by the time I posted this video, it has been a little while. That last day I filmed was October 23rd. Today is November 5th. Haven't really had time to edit. I've been hunting so much, but I've gotten into some pretty good buck action. You're gonna see it in the next video. I have one completely filmed out, and then one I am working on right now, still filming it, so it'll be a little bit before you catch up to this point, but earlier seasons usually more focused on does. Once like Halloween rolls around, after that I'm really switching gears to bucks, but I'm very excited for this next video to release. I also got a new camera lens. I'm waiting to test it out in some deer. It zooms in quite a lot, so I'm very excited to film with it a bit. But thank you guys for watching today's video. I'm happy I at least got a couple does on camera. It was a bit slow that week. Thank you guys for bearing with me. If you liked it, make sure to leave me a like. If you're new here, make sure to subscribe. Keep up with all the stuff I do over the fall and the rest of this cool hunting content that I'm filming. And yeah, I'll be seeing you guys on the next one.